Yo, Cookie! Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a nice Christmas and New Year's break. We definitely needed it. And on today's video, what we have to do is put everything back together. So on the last episode, we've dropped the transmission, we've inspected the clutch and all. On this one, we will change the rear main seal, change some things on the gearbox, like refreshing few brackets and why not, you know. But before we start on the technical parts, like underneath the car and all, we've got a new project. It's actually behind me. So we got a car from, well, this car was going to be scrapped and then we're saving it. So instead of taking it to the junkyard, we took it to our junkyard. Literally, the house is looking like a freaking pick-apart store. But let's go to the Beamer, let's get the Beamer done, and then we start to dig into this car. I hope you guys like the new project, and the Beamer is almost done anyways. So as you guys saw in the previous video, we got the car somehow ready. So let's do it. And finally the clutch arrived. Flywheel is ready. So this flywheel we took to our friend Scotty and he did resurface it for us. All these guys, new dial pins, which is good. So we are ready to go. For the clutch, we had this competition clutch stage 2 from the M3 in our car. So let's get this guy. I got the same one that was there before because it's a really good clutch and upgraded. So this clutch came with the release bearing and the alignment too. The clutch is meaty. Oh, I'm dirty. So this is the clutch, and let's see the pressure plate. Nice, we've got everything here, all good to go. As for the rear main seal, I bought from FCP the OEM. As you guys can see here, this is BMW original rear main seal with the case, so it's a bolt-on straight, comes with the bolts pre-loctited. So this guy comes from factory ready to go. I've got the release arm spring and the pin. So this is an upgrade because the one that we have on our ZF transmission is plastic, so sometimes they crack or they break. It's a really good upgrade. As we are there, the gearbox is out, why not? This is the bearing for the crankshaft. We've got some RTV to put under those guys here. So because we have a 90-degree between the block, the oil sump and this guy, so we're gonna seal this guy underneath and the gasket that goes there. So those are the parts that we're gonna be installing. After everything is installed, our car is gonna be ready to drive again. Let's do it. Well, let's start with the transmission, and here I've cleaned it outside, removed all the gunk that was there everywhere. So we start by removing the release bearing here, which is easy, just this guy. Now we're gonna have to remove this clamp that holds this guy here. Good. And as we have this guy out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unclip it from this plasticky thingy. Good, so we have a brand new of this. It's kind of rusty though. Yeah, nah, new one. And for this guy here, it's not cracked, but you can see some wear in it. So what I might do, let's see if I can take it out by using this guy. Otherwise I'm gonna go from the back and nah. Well, now let's give it a quick clean. Sweet, it's clean. Now let's start assembling stuff. Hey, so first we're gonna put our pin in there. Good, this guy is there. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, to be honest. Now we get the arm spring and put some grease here and grease there. Put the fork back, put this guy and put the release bearing. Okay, we do the same, just coating it. So we put this guy. See? Sounds good. Well, and now we're gonna remove the rear main seal casing, and we have two 13 bolts and 4 10 and another 2 10 down here. So we're gonna remove the 13 first, then we loosen the 10s up here, and then we take those 10s out. Let's do it. Now that we've got this guy here, what we need to do is we have two prying points under here and on there. So we just slowly pry this guy out. Awesome. So this guy's out. As you guys can see here, a bit old, so I'm just gonna replace it all. And then we remove this gasket thingy from here. Cool, so everything is cleaned. Now I'm gonna put some RTV on the casing and put some on those corners here too, because we have 3 90 degrees joints, and then we can't have a perfect seal just with this main gasket here. So we're just gonna put a little bit on those guys, and I will just coat the bottom of the case just in case it leaks from under here. It's just a light one, a really light one. So let me just get everything done here first. Okay, now we have a bigger hole. So those two guys here goes to 18 Newton meters, and those guys here 10 Newton meters. So let's set up our torque wrench. Awesome. Everything's good, torqued down to spec. RTV, it's already sealing. We have everything good to go. Next step is gonna be remove this pilot bearing here. And just like that, the flywheel is back on. So I used the pry bar holding from here to this pin, so it didn't turn. Now let's put the clutch back and then torque it to spec. And we have 3 dial pins. So guys, we've got the clutch, the flywheel, we've got the clutch, we've got the pressure plate. It's flat now. There you go. Clutch complete. Next step now is to put the gearbox back on. Yeah, it is finally back, guys. So we've got our transmission back, everything both, manifold back together, the air intake, everything, vacuum lines, cabin filter, all the lines, wiring and everything is back. And now Nick will be our cameraman and we're gonna start the car for the first time. Well, it started, but it's hesitating. Yeah, we've got the car ready. Let's take it for the first spin. We had an issue. I forgot to plug the TPS on the throttle body. Nah, Nick, let's go for a ride.
Let's go.
Sweet, let's do it. Let's go for a drive. Fuck, the clutch is weird.
It's brand new.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Fuck, driving this car is weird though, like for the first time, you know? The central lock will work. I'm hearing like I can hear.
Your brakes. Because they've not been used in a while.
Yeah. Fuck, it's peppy. Shall I give it the beam?
Up to you. Maybe your brakes are old.
Dude, this car goes.
Fuck you.